welcome back to my channel. Today we're kicking off and starting a 1 week 1 palette with this stunning beautiful palette right here. This is the Pat McGrath Labs Mothership Mega Celestial Odyssey palette. I will be doing 5 different looks for you guys all of this week. Before we get started, don't forget to upload every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday for you guys. If you like this video while you're watching it, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. It really does help my channel out. And other than that, if you're excited and you want to see 5 different looks with this palette right here, then let's go ahead and get started. So I have already filmed a complete first impressions swatches review of this palette right here. In case you missed that, I can have that linked up in the eye and down below so you can check it out. But here's what the beautiful palette looks like. I am so excited. In that video, I said, I'm thinking about doing a 1 week 1 palette. Would you guys want to see that? And quite a few of you said, yes, Emily, we do. We want to see a 1 week 1 palette with it. So that's what we are doing. Duh, hello, I've already done the intro, you guys know. But I'm super excited because this palette is very versatile. There's a ton of different shades and I feel like I can make 5 different eye looks. What do we want to do? I'm staring at the palette what do I want to do? There's just so many beautiful options and so many eye looks you can make. You know what? I think I'm going to play it pretty safe today. Yeah, sorry, it's the first day. I'm playing it safe. I'm going to go ahead and start off with the light brown matte here and put that into my crease. I think I'm only going to use 4 shadows today, but it's a look that I pretty much immediately envisioned when I was looking at this palette, and I knew I was going to make it one day anyway, so why not today? You know what I mean? I'm going to go in with a second layer of this light brown. Really buff it out, blend it in. Alrighty, then on my outer corner and up into my crease, I am going to go in with the deepest, darkest matte, the dark brown. And we're going to put that here and up into my crease. Then I am going to go back in with the light brown and go over the dark brown because I like the depth of the dark brown shadow, but I don't like how cool tony it is. I want that warmth from the light brown. So we're just gonna mix them together, make our own little concoction. I told you we were going safe and simple today, right? I told you, I warned you. So the only other thing I'm gonna do is put NYX glitter primer on my lid. You guys knew this was coming. I use this every time I do my eyeshadow. And then I'm gonna take this really beautiful gold shade right here and just pop that on the lid. I just think this will be the most beautiful fall, tony, orangey, deep brown, rusty, leafy kind of look. This shade looks to be not one of her chunky metallic shades. There's not really going to be much fallout. I probably didn't need to go in with the glitter primer, but I always use it. Oh yeah, that's really pretty. Pretty simple and understated. Yeah, I'm going to buff out this outer corner here just to make those mesh together a little bit better. That's all I'm going to do today, guys. I actually really like how simple and understated this is. And again, this is such a beautiful fall look. I think I am going to add a brown wing liner just to tie it in, make it a little bit more glam. But yeah, that orange shimmer shade is chef's kiss, stunning. So I'm gonna go do the other eye, the rest of my makeup. You guys know the drill. This is my 6th 1 week 1 palette. If you haven't seen any of my other ones, what? I will have my playlist linked down below for you in case you haven't seen any of them and you want to check them out after the rest of this video, of course. But let me go do the rest of my makeup and I will come back on and show you the finished look in a second. Be right back. Alrighty, and here is the final look for day 1. I actually really like how this look turned out. I'm not gonna lie, I did the simplest lower lash line. All I did was mix together those 2 brown matte shades that we used in our crease. And then I did go ahead and put this shade right here as my inner corner highlight, but it was actually a little too dark. But I thought the really peachy color would bring out the orange in that other eyeshadow. It was a little dark though, so I did have to top it with a highlighter. But here is a little bit closer look of my final look for day 1. Really quickly, the rest of my makeup. For primer, I went ahead and used my Smashbox Primerizer all over my face, and then my Tatcha the Liquid Silk Canvas in my T-zone. For foundation, I used my Colourpop Pretty Fresh foundation. For concealers, I mixed together my 2 favorites right now, my Kosas Revealer concealer, and then also my dose of Colors Meet Your Hue concealer. So close to finishing this up. Hopefully I can do it. Hopefully I can do it soon. To set my face, I use my Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder. For bronzer, I went ahead and used my Tilbury Airbrush Flawless bronzer. If you know, you know. You know I'm obsessed with this. I forgot to mention, but I did add a brown wing liner, and I went ahead and used my Benefit roller liner for that. Then for blush and highlight, I used my Pat McGrath. This is her Celestial Odyssey Divine Blush and Glow Trio, and I have the lightest one in Galactic Sun. So I went ahead and used this middle blush right here, which is Desert Orchid, and then I also used the highlight in this palette, which is Golden Nectar. For brows, I used my Benefit Precisely My Brow, and then my Ilia Beauty Essential Brow Natural Volumizing Brow Gel. I'm not gonna lie, you're probably gonna see these all 5 days of this 1 week 1 palette because I'm trying to use both of them up. So, and brows are like boring. You don't really need to switch them up, you know what I mean? For mascara, I did use my Rare Beauty Perfect Strokes mascara. For lips, I went ahead in with my Natasha Denona I Need a Nude lip liner in the shade Noah, and then topped it with my Huda Beauty cream lipstick in the shade Empress. And then lastly, for setting spray, I used my Item One Hit Prime Set and Refresh Dewy Finish Face Mist to set this face down. That was day one. That was it. That was my look for day one. I will hopefully get a little spicier and more creative throughout the week, but I can't make any promises. Who knows? We shall see. But that is all for day one. I will see you in a second for day two. See you then. We're back for day two. I am going to play with some of the pinks today. I'm not going to do like a super crazy eye look because I have plans after this with 3 of my best friends. We're going to go to lunch and just hang out for a little bit. I don't know. I'm not feeling anything crazy. I'm feeling pink. So we are going to start off with this like mauve pinky matte and put it in our crease. I'm going to go very, very lightly. I like barely tapped in and I'm not putting a lot of pressure because I want to use this shade as like the transition shade and then the deeper, darker crease shade if possible. So I'm just gonna use like less product, less pressure. I'm gonna add a little bit more. This shade is really, really pretty. Same shade, but a more targeted brush, and we're going to put this into our crease with a little bit more product, a little bit more pressure, and hopefully it'll turn out a little bit darker, yeah. So it's like, looks like 2 matte shades, but it's the same one. No additional product on this brush. We're just really making sure there's no harsh lines here. Alrighty, next I'm going to put NYX Glitter Primer all over my lid, and I'm going to do a halo eye with 2 of the shimmers. I'm going to put this deeper, darker pink shade on the outer and inner portion of my lid, and then this shade right here in the middle. They just look like they will like really, really go together. Oh yeah, I think that's going to be really, really pretty. Okay, then with a flat brush, I'm just going to tap that darker pink on the outer part as well as the inner, and then with my finger I'm going to tap that lighter pink in the middle. This shade isn't really pink per se. I mean, it is a tiny bit, but it has like a shifting pink. It almost shifts from like pink to gold, if you can see on camera. I don't know if that's picking it up, but I thought that these 2 shades would go together really well. We're just going to tap these out, make sure there's no harsh lines on the edges. I'm going to go back in with that pink shade and just re-emphasize the crease since it got covered, even though it's going to get covered again throughout the day with these shimmers because that's just how my eye is shaped, but that's okay. Really deepen this crease up. Alrighty, and I think that is where I'm going to keep the eye for now. I know it's another really simple eye look, but I really like it. I like those 2 shimmers together a lot. I think they're really, really pretty and pretty like dimensional on the eyelids. I'm going to go do the other eye and the rest of my makeup. I do think I'm going to add another brown wing liner like I did yesterday. I just love the way brown wing eyeliner makes my eyes look. It's not harsh like black, but it really just elongates my eyes, make them look more like almondy shape. So yeah, I'll probably do that. Rest of my makeup, you know the drill. I will come back on in 1 second your time to show you the finished look. So I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, and here is the final look for day 2. Here it is a little more up close. I actually really, really like how this turned out. I love pink eyeshadow. You guys know this about me, and if you don't, I love pink eyeshadow. So this look is like right up my alley. I love those 2 shimmers. There's just like enough of a difference between the 2 of them to really make my eyes pop. I do want to say I did go ahead and wet them with a like flat synthetic brush. I wet them with my Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Ultra Fine Mist just to like amp them up a little bit more. I'm not gonna lie, I probably didn't need to take that step. It didn't change it that much, but I just wanted to let you know that I did that. For the lower lash line, all I did was run that pink matte shade along the lower lash line, and then I used my highlight as my inner corner and brow bone highlight, and that was the rest of the eyes. So for the rest of my face, there's some repeats from yesterday. So sorry about that. Smashbox Primerizer all over my face, Tatcha Liquid Silk Canvas in my T-zone for my primer. For foundation, I used my Physicians Formula Butter Believe It. I had not reached for this in a while. Still my favorite. I love it so stinking much. So stinking much. For concealers, the same combo as yesterday. Kosas Revealer concealer and then my dose of Colors Meet Your Hue. I set my entire face with my Anastasia Beverly Hills loose setting powder in vanilla. For bronzer, I went ahead and used my Marc Jacobs Omega bronzer. I don't think this is available anymore, which is like so heartbreaking, but also it was around forever, so if you wanted it, you probably got your hands on it. But this bronzer is so good. I hope they bring it back whenever whatever is going on with Marc Jacobs Beauty is fixed or resolved. I really don't know. For blush, I did go ahead and use my Pat McGrath Celestial Odyssey Divine Blush and Glow Trio. I used this shade right here, which is Divine Rose. I thought it matched the eyes like perfectly. I did go ahead and add that brown wing liner like I said I was going to with my Benefit Roller Liner. For highlight, I used my Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighter in Blossom Glow. This is just such a blinding highlight and it's only a couple dollars. For brows, same combo as yesterday, Precisely My Brow and the Ilia Volumizing Natural Brow Gel. For mascara, I used my Rare Beauty Perfect Strokes mascara. This mascara, I was a little on the fence about it at first, but now I'm like really enjoying it. It makes my lashes look a little clumpy, but it really does like hold a curl nicely and makes them look like thick and voluminous. So it's growing on me, it's growing on me. For lips, I went ahead and used my Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk, and then I topped it with the Marc Jacobs, I don't remember what this is called, like their enamored gloss, I think, and it's in the shade Sugar Sugar. Again, I don't think this is available anymore either, so sorry. And then lastly, to lock it all in, I used my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. One last look at the final look for day 2, and you know the drill. I'll be back in 1 second your time for day 3. See you then. Alrighty, for day 3, we're gonna do the quintessential bold smoky eye that I'm sure a lot of us are going to do with this palette, but we're gonna do it. Why not? Why not show it to you guys? So we are going to start off actually with the lightest pink, and we're gonna put that into the crease. We're just going to put a really light layer of this because I don't want the pink, like the pink is not the star of the show in this eye look, but I do want a hint of pink coming out from above my crease when it's all said and done. So we're just putting a layer of this. I am going to get a little bit more, build this up a little bit, because the shadows in my crease like to disappear. Alrighty, next we're going to end up taking the deepest, darkest brown right here, and we're gonna also throw that into our crease. Brush might be a little too fluffy for this. I might need to get a more concentrated brush. So it's getting pretty patchy in my crease, if you can see, but we're just gonna keep buffing until that goes away. I am gonna get a more precise brush. This one is a little bit flatter, so maybe that'll help. Really buff this out, make sure there's no harsh lines or skipping or patching or anything. Then we're gonna go back in with that pink, bring it back. Then we're gonna put NYX glitter primer all over the lid, and we're gonna go in with this beautiful deep dark blue sort of spacey color. It is so pretty. The amount of sparkles in this shadow, like the amount of different colored sparkles I should say, are just stunning. We're gonna put a layer of NYX glitter primer down, and then I might end up using a brush and wetting it with Fix Plus or some sort of setting spray. I don't know, we'll have to wait and see how it looks with just glitter glue, but oh, this shade. And I'm even like bringing it up into the crease a little bit. I just kind of want this shade everywhere. I am getting a little bit of fallout, if you can see, but that's just why I do my eyes first, so I don't have to worry about that too much. Okay, so that looks absolutely stunning. Oh my gosh, the amount of sparkle in this shadow is just magic. I am going to take a flat definer brush and put it on there, and I'm going to spray it with my Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Ultra Fine Mist just to see if we can amp it up anymore. I don't know, this might be the most sparkly it gets, but why not just try it, see what happens. I'm going to spritz my brush. We're just going to like pack this on. It looks about the same, but that's okay. I wasn't gonna be mad if it didn't change the way it looks, you know what I mean? It was already really beautiful. I am gonna go in a little bit more with that dark brown and just really make sure this is all blended, nice and smoky. And then hit it one more light layer with the pink. There's the eye. I'm gonna have to clean up this fallout for sure. There's quite a bit on my face, but that is the eye. We're gonna keep it there. You know the drill. I'm gonna go do the other one, the rest of my face. I will come back and show you the finished result in a second. Alrighty, and here is the final look for day 3. It got dark and sultry and smoky. I'm not gonna lie, I like it. I like it. I will say, even using glitter primer and wetting my brush with setting spray, I am getting so much fallout from this shade. What is this shade called? Noir Moon. I'm just getting so much fallout on my face, and I keep wiping it away with my brush, and it keeps coming back. So just keep that in mind if you get this palette and you use this shade. It is stunning, and it is super reflective and gorgeous, but there will be fallout. So to finish up my lower lash line, I took the deep dark brown and put it on with a flat definer brush, and then smudged it out with, where's that, the lightest pink. And then for my inner corner, I did end up putting this shade right here, which is Lunar Haze, but it was a little deep and dark, so I ended up putting my highlight on top. It got a little crazy, but that's okay. This look is supposed to be like different and fun. Also, I'm not sure why my cheek is like rejecting pigmentation right here. That's never happened before. That's new. Is this getting older? I don't know. But yeah, this is the final look. I actually do like it. I don't know if this is like my everyday. Would I wear this all the time? No. But it is fun and a nice change of pace for myself. The rest of my makeup was the Smashbox Primerizer for a primer. For foundation, I used my Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place makeup. Okay, I've been talking mad crap about this recently, or like in the past. I used it today, obviously. I like it. I like it way more than I remember liking it. Like, it's looking a lot better on my face than I remember. So there's that. For concealer, I used my duo. I've been using Kosas and Dose of Colors. Then I set under my eyes with my Jaclyn Cosmetics Brightening and Setting Palette, and then the rest of my face was my e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder. For bronzer, I used my Glowish by Huda Beauty Soft Radiance Bronzer in the shade Light. For blush, I used my Pat McGrath blush, but this is the shade Flirtatious. Stunning. Highlight, I used my Juvia's Place The Tribe Highlighter Volume 3. For brows, it was my typical duo I've been using, Benefit and Ilia. For mascara, I used my Sky High by Maybelline. Then for lips, I ended up using my M Cosmetics. This is their True Gloss in the shade Secret Blush. And then lastly, to set it all, I used my Hailey's Beauty Refresh Setting Spray. And that's all for day 3, guys. Here is one more look at the look. I will be back in 1 second for day 4. We're back for day 4, and as you can see, we are starting off with my e.l.f. Line and Define tapes on my eyes. They are irritating my eyes. I'm gonna try my best to just ignore them. All right, so today we're gonna do another simple look. I'm sorry, guys. That's like all I got in me. So we are going to start off with this darkest brown, and I will obviously do this, but we're just going to put like a really light amount because I want it to be my crease shade, but I don't want it to be too dark, even though it is like a really deep dark brown, but the other brown is just a little bit too warm toned. So we're going to go with this, and I'm going to tap in very lightly with my brush, and then we're going to lightly put this into our crease. Tap in a little bit more and add a tiny bit more. Really buffing it out so there's no patchiness or anything. Alrighty, next we're going to take that same dark brown shade with a flat definer brush, and we're just going to kind of outline here. We're probably gonna have to re-emphasize this, so I'm not too worried about it being too precise or anything. Alrighty, looking good. So next we're gonna take my glitter primer. We're gonna put it all over my lid. I'm gonna try my best to get it like up in here as well. And we're gonna take this shade right here, which is Lunar Haze, and we're gonna put that all over our lid. I used this as my inner corner highlight yesterday, and it was definitely like too dark for that for sure, but it looked just beautiful, and I was like, I want that all over my lid. So that's what I'm doing today. We're just gonna put the glitter primer everywhere and then stamp it on. The reason why I wanted to use a darker brown because it was a little bit more cool tone, and this is like a really unique like gray, lavendery sort of shade. So I didn't really want the warm tone brown with it. I am gonna go ahead and put some on a flat brush and spray it with my Watermelon Glow Mist and try to get like right up in this corner here. Can't really do that with my finger. Ooh, that made it really intense. We're gonna do that again and do that all over the lid because that looks really pretty. I feel like that is just like amping it up even more. It was already a stunning shade, but now it's like, whoa, in your face. Alright, back in with that flat definer brush to re-emphasize the wings, since we definitely lost it there. And then we're going to go back in the crease just a little tiny bit. Very, very light pressure. I'm going to go in with a small, more precise brush into the crease now. Alright, let's peel this off and see what we're working with. Yeah, okay, I like that a lot. I love that cool tone brown mixed in with the more silvery, lunar hazy sort of shade. It's like, it's so unique. It is definitely silver, but it has a hint of purple in person. It definitely is looking just like silver taupey on camera, but it's a very unique shade. I am loving that. So, you already know. I'm gonna do the other eye, rest my makeup, and I will come back on with the finished look. And here's the final look for day 4. This might be my favorite look so far. I don't know what it is about me and cool tones, but I just freaking love cool tone makeup on me. Here is a little bit closer look of the final look. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. All I did to finish up the lower lash line was I ran that darker brown shade very lightly along the lower lash line, and then I did end up putting the same lunar haze shade a little bit here on the inner corner. If you can see, I thought I added a little bit of like pop to the look that I really enjoyed. The rest of my makeup, there's some repeats, you guys. I'm so sorry. There's just products that I'm trying to finish up. And I also love them on top of that. So like, I just want to use them. Primerizer all over my face. Tatcha Liquid Silk Canvas in my T-zone. For foundation, I use my YSL All Hours foundation. Then for concealer, same duo, Kosas and Dose of Colors, Can't Stop, Won't Stop. To set my face, I use my ABH Loose Setting Powder in Vanilla. For bronzer, I use my Marc Jacobs Omega Bronzer in Tantastic. For blush, I use my Hourglass blush in the shade Mood Exposure. This is probably my most cool tone blush, I would say. For highlight, I use my Nabla Ozone highlight, the same brow duo, Benefit and Ilia. For mascara, I use my Rare Beauty Perfect Strokes mascara. For lips, I use my Kohl BFF lip liner from Colourpop, and I topped it with my NYX This Is Milky Gloss in the shade Cookies and Milk. And then lastly, to set it all, I use my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. I think that is everything I have on my face right now. I don't know. I just love this look so stinking much. I'm kind of sad I only have one more day. I love this palette. I mean, I'm going to definitely keep playing with it after this video is over and after I do my 5 looks, obviously, but I'm just like having so much fun. This palette is stunning. Alrighty, that's that for day 4. I'll be back in a second for day 5. See you then. And just like that, it's day 5. This week has flown by. These weeks always do when I do 1 week 1 palettes. We're going to do a bronzy eye today because this palette really does lean very bronzy and brown tones. So we're going to use like some of these, this guy, where's it go? This guy. We're going to use all of those. But we are going to start off with the lighter matte brown and put that into my crease. This is like the perfect neutrally toned transition shade. It does lean a little bit warm, but that's okay. We're gonna really buff this out. I don't want it to be too pigmented, but definitely very blended. Okay, next, we'll see how this works out, but I'm gonna actually take this like deep brown shade right here. It is a little bit of a shimmer, but we're gonna use it as if it's a matte, and we're gonna put it on like the outer corner and up into the crease. I recently did a look with the Charlotte Tilbury palette and did that with a more shimmery shade and put it up into my crease and all that, and it looked really pretty. So I'm expecting this to look pretty as well. And honestly, shimmers end up getting into my crease anyways with how my eyes are shaped, so I might as well just start intentionally putting them there. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, I like that. I don't know if you can see the little hint of like shimmer in the crease. That looks really pretty. I am getting fallout because I didn't put glitter glue down. I normally do with a shimmer, but that's okay. Oh yeah, I like how like diffused and blown out that looks. Alrighty, I think I'm just gonna go real simple and basic, and I think I'm just gonna take this shimmer right here and put that on my lid with a glitter primer, with my NYX glitter primer. So let's put a little bit of that on the inner half of my eyelid and then go ahead and stamp that shade on. It has like a hint of pinky tone to it. It's really pretty. Alrighty, and that does look a little bit more pinky than I wanted to, which is fine, but I do want it to look a little bit more gold. So we're gonna go in with this shade now and place that on top of the other shimmer. So it looks like this, and we're just gonna place it right on top, focusing on the inner portion of my lid. Yeah, like that. There's not a huge difference. It's a little more noticeable in person than it is on camera, but I like that. That looks really pretty. We're gonna take a little bit more of that deep, dark shimmer shade and place it out here just to deepen it. And I want it a tiny, tiny bit more deep in the outer corner. So I'm gonna go in with the deepest brown, just like barely tapping my brush in, just to deepen it a tiny bit more. Yeah, like that. And then I am gonna go over it with that brown shimmer, just to keep the shimmeriness. Alrighty, I am really liking how that looks. I like the shimmer in the crease. I think it's really pretty how it's just sort of shimmery and glittery all over my lid. I'm really enjoying that. So, you know, I'm gonna go do the other eye, the rest of my makeup, and I'll be right back to show you the finished look. Alrighty, and here is the final look for day 5. Come up a little bit closer for you. I just love how all the shimmers just really mesh together on my eyes. It's kind of hard to see, but you really can, like in person, if you look up close, you really can see like the shift of the 3 different shimmers on my eyelid, and I'm here for it. All I did to finish on my eyes was really simple. I just ran that lighter brown along my lower lash line. For the rest of my makeup, I am so sorry. There's just like, you guys were probably so bored all this week, or the whole video, I guess, watching me just use the same products over and over, but I'm trying to finish them. So, Smashbox Primerizer, Tatcha Liquid Silk Canvas in my T-zone. Actually, for foundation though, I went ahead and used my Neutrogena Flawless Matte CC Cream Clear Coverage. I have the shade Shell 101. Then for concealer, can you guess? Can you guess what I used? Kosas Dose of Colors. To set under my eyes, I use my Jaclyn Cosmetics Brightening and Setting Palette, and then for the rest of my face, I use my e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder. For bronzer, I use my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Bronzer. Then for a blush and highlight, I went back to my Pat McGrath little palette. This is her Celestial Odyssey Divine Blush and Glow Trio. I have Galactic Sun, and I went ahead and used Divine Rose for my blush, and then Golden Nectar for my highlight. For mascara, I use my Rare Beauty Perfect Strokes Mascara. For brows, same combo as before, Benefit and Ilia. For lips, I went ahead and used my Colourpop Oh Snap lip liner, and then I topped it with my Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip, and this is in the shade Rose. This is a really beautiful product. And then lastly, to set it all, I used my Item One Hit Prime Set and Refresh Face Mist. That was it, you guys. That was my 1 week 1 palette with this beauty right here, the Pat McGrath Labs Mothership Mega Celestial Odyssey palette. I had so much fun playing with this week. I think this color story is absolutely stunning. It's still hard for me to open, I'm not gonna lie. This palette, I don't know what it is about this palette, it's so hard for me to open. I think this color story is absolutely stunning. I think if you pick it up, you will not be disappointed at all in the color story, the quality, the looks you can make. I love it. It's so versatile. I feel like I try to show its versatility, but also still make looks that were still wearable, quote unquote, because you can wear any makeup you want. But yeah, just show that you can get, even with a big palette like this, even with the little bit of color, it does have that green, the orange, the blue, that really dark blacky blue shade, that you can still get wearable looks out of this palette. That was kind of my whole goal of using it this week. I love this palette. I'm really glad I picked it up. Definitely let me know down below which of my 5 days, 5 looks you like the best. I think yesterday was my favorite, day 4. I just love that like wing liner, and it was so simple and so easy to make. But honestly, I really liked today too. I liked all 5 looks. I didn't struggle with this palette at all this week with like the shimmers or the mattes getting patchy, anything like that. Like I genuinely had so much fun playing with this palette, and I really like it. So again, let me know down below which one was your favorite. Also, let me know down below if you plan on picking this palette up, either on the Sephora sale or if Pat McGrath has a holiday sale or anything like that. I always love to hear from you guys down below. But other than that, if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much. You're awesome. I love you. Please subscribe if you have not yet, and hope to see you in my next video. Bye, guys.